This is the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast, an on-demand talk radio show that covers internet marketing best practices for chiropractors. I'm your host, Dr. Patrick McNamara. Welcome, everyone, to episode number 40 of the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Patrick McNamara, and today we're diving deep into the second episode of our Search Everywhere Optimization series. Last week, we talked about the death of traditional SEO and why your practice needs to think beyond Google rankings. Today, we're getting tactical with something that's still absolutely crucial for local visibility, your Google business profile. But here's the thing. I'm not going to give you the same generic advice you've heard 1,000 times about completing your profile and getting more reviews. Instead, I'm going to share the 7 specific weekly tasks that separate the practices showing up in the top 3 map results from everyone else fighting for scraps on page 2. These aren't theory. These are the exact strategies we use at DCRank to help chiropractors consistently rank in the Google Maps 3-pack in 6 months or less. And I've got to tell you, when you see the difference these weekly habits make, it's going to change how you think about local SEO forever. But before we jump into the tactics, let me tell you about one of our clients in Florida. When she first came to us, she was ranking around position 10 or 11 in the map results for chiropractor in her city. Not terrible, but definitely not where you want to be if you're trying to grow your practice. She had done what most chiropractors do. She set up her Google business profile once, maybe posted a few times, and then basically ignored it. Within 4 months of implementing these 7 weekly tasks, she jumped to position 2 in the map pack. Her phone started ringing consistently, and she saw an immediate increase in both new patient appointments and overall patient volume. The difference? She went from treating her Google business profile like a set-it-and-forget-it business card to treating it like the dynamic, living marketing tool it actually is. See, here's what most chiropractors don't understand about Google business profiles. Google is constantly evaluating how active, engaged, and relevant your practice appears to be. If your profile looks stale, if you're not posting regularly, not engaging with patients, not updating your content, Google assumes you're not actively serving your community. And why would they recommend a practice that doesn't seem to be engaged with their patients? On the flip side, when Google sees consistent activity, regular engagement, and fresh content, they view your practice as vibrant and relevant. That's when you start climbing those map rankings. So let's break down the 7 weekly tasks that make this happen. Weekly task number 1, post fresh content every week. This is probably the most important habit you can develop, yet it's the one most chiropractors skip. Every week, and I mean every single week, you need to publish a Google post. These posts show up directly in your Google business profile and serve multiple purposes. First, they signal to Google that your practice is active. Second, they give you an opportunity to naturally incorporate your target keywords. And third, they provide valuable information to potential patients who are researching you. But here's the key. Your post can't be generic. I see so many chiropractors posting things like, "We're open today," or "Happy Monday." That's not going to move the needle. Instead, your posts should focus on education, community involvement, or specific conditions you treat. For example, this week we helped 3 runners get back to training after dealing with IT band syndrome. If you're experiencing knee pain during your runs, the issue might actually be starting in your hip. Here's what to look for. See the difference? You're providing value, demonstrating expertise, and naturally incorporating keywords like knee pain, runners, and IT band syndrome. Weekly task number 2, upload new unique images. Every week, you should be adding new photos to your Google business profile. But not just any photos. These need to be unique, geotagged images with keyword-rich file names. Here's what I mean. Instead of uploading a generic stock photo of a spine model, take a photo of your actual treatment room with your equipment visible. Name the file something like Chiropractic Adjustment Table Downtown San Antonio.jpg before you upload it. Google's algorithm can read those file names, and it helps reinforce your location and services. The types of photos that work best are your actual treatment rooms and equipment, photos of you working with patients, with permission of course, before and after posture photos, community events you're participating in, your team in action. Remember, Google rewards unique content. If you're using the same stock photos as every other chiropractor in your area, you're not standing out. Weekly task number 3, engage with patient reviews. This one surprises a lot of chiropractors. You should be responding to at least 70% of your reviews, both positive and negative. Most practices only respond when they get a negative review, but that's a missed opportunity. When you respond to positive reviews, you're showing Google that you're engaged with your patients. Plus, you can naturally work in keywords. For example, instead of just saying, "Thanks for the review," try something like, "Thank you, Sarah. We're so glad we could help resolve your lower back pain. It's always rewarding when our spinal decompression treatments help patients get back to their active lifestyles. We appreciate you taking the time to share your experience." Notice how I worked in lower back pain, spinal decompression, and reinforced the positive outcome. That's strategic review management. Weekly task number 4, utilize Google's questions and answers strategically. Here's a feature most chiropractors completely ignore: the questions and answers section of your Google business profile. Every month, you should be adding 3 strategic Q&As that incorporate your target keywords and address common patient concerns. But here's the trick. You don't wait for patients to ask questions. You ask the questions yourself or have a staff member do it, and then provide comprehensive answers. For example, question, "Do you treat sports injuries like tennis elbow and golfer's elbow?" Answer, "Yes, we specialize in treating repetitive stress injuries, including tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. Our treatment approach combines soft tissue therapy, joint mobilization, and corrective exercises to not only relieve pain, but prevent future injuries. We work with many local athletes and weekend warriors to keep them active and pain-free." You're essentially creating FAQ content that lives right in your Google business profile, loaded with keywords and valuable information for potential patients. Weekly task number 5, monitor and maintain citation consistency. This is more of a monthly check, but it's crucial. Google cross-references your business information across hundreds of websites, directories, review sites, social media platforms. If your name, address, or phone number is inconsistent across these sites, it confuses Google's algorithm and can hurt your rankings. Every week, you should spot check a few of your major listings to make sure everything is accurate and consistent. If you find discrepancies, fix them immediately. Weekly task number 6, leverage Google Business Profile Insights. Google provides incredibly valuable data about how people are finding and interacting with your profile, but most chiropractors never look at it. Every week, you should review your insights to understand which search terms are driving the most views, which photos are getting the most engagement, what actions people are taking on your profile. This data helps you refine your strategy and double down on what's working. Weekly task number 7, track your rankings and adjust. Finally, you need to monitor where you're ranking for your target keywords. If you're not tracking your position in the map pack, you have no idea if your efforts are working. There are tools that can automate this for you, but at minimum, you should be manually checking your rankings weekly and documenting any changes. If you see your rankings slip, you can quickly adjust your strategy. If you see improvement, you know to keep doing what you're doing. Now, here's the reality check. Most chiropractors hear this list and think, "Dr. Mack, I don't have time for all of this." I get it. You didn't go to chiropractic school to become a digital marketer. You want to focus on treating patients, not managing Google profiles. But here's the thing. If you're not visible online, you won't have patients to treat. The good news is that these tasks become second nature once you build the habit, and the practices that commit to this weekly routine consistently outrank their competitors. Here's my challenge for you. Pick just one of these 7 tasks and commit to doing it consistently for the next month. Maybe it's posting fresh content every Tuesday. Maybe it's uploading a new photo every Friday. Whatever you choose, be consistent with it. After a month, add a second task, then a third. Build these habits gradually, and you'll start seeing your map rankings improve. And if you're thinking, this sounds great, but I really don't have the bandwidth to manage all of this, that's exactly why I created DCRank. We handle all 7 of these weekly tasks for our clients, plus advanced strategies that most chiropractors don't even know exist. If you want to learn more about how we can help you dominate your local map results without the time investment, visit DCRank.com. That's DCRank.com. In our next episode, we're going to talk about something that's becoming increasingly important for both traditional and AI-powered search: review management in the AI age. We'll discuss how patient feedback now influences AI recommendations and share strategies for systematic review generation that builds authority across all platforms. You won't want to miss that one, because the practices that master review management are the ones that AI engines trust and recommend most often. All right, that wraps things up for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in to the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast. Before you go, remember to subscribe to my podcast on your favorite platform. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Audible, YouTube Podcasts, Spotify, or others, I've got you covered. If you need to see a full list of supported platforms, simply visit chiropracticmarketingpodcast.com. Last but certainly not least, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Apple Podcasts. Your reviews not only help build awareness of what I'm talking about, but also give me a good indication of how I'm doing. Be nice, be fair, but definitely be honest. I would greatly appreciate it, and so will future listeners. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.